Hey fellas, Nick here, and this tinfoil hat has been doing wonders for my brain. I finally understand the world. Companies are preying on your every thought. Closed source is the root of all evil. Mark Zuckerberg, my mom. How can I play video games with a clear conscience anymore, knowing all that I need to know with this tinfoil hat here? I mean, this is telling me everything I need to know right here. Why do I need to listen to other companies anyways? I need to replace my entire back catalog of games with open source ones. If I don't do that, my personal dataometer is gonna leak all over the place. I mean, like, what if you know the social security number on the back of that? Huh? No one prepares you for that in school. That's what I'll tell you.
Welcome to your new video game. Wanna play?
I don't see the cookie policy anywhere.
Yes, the issue that plagues anything with a Wi-Fi connection. Terms of use. You go through, flip through 35 pages of text, and then next thing you know, your credit card number's been leaked online. So now, in the midst of lingering fear from Activision collecting data on how often I press L3, what do? Free and open source. Free as in freedom, neurotic disorder, Libre. All terms to describe software that leaks its colonic contents everywhere, so as to not hide any spyware in your software. One place you can find a slew of all this stuff is LibreGameWiki.org, a website with just about every Libre game out there. It's a very feature-rich website with lots of resources to hone in on exactly what kind of game you're looking for.
Well, if I'm gonna start this overly paranoid episode of my life, I should probably start by getting rid of some games that are closed source. These are closed source too. Don't want those. Oh, definitely closed source. Well, to ease the pain of getting rid of all those open source infiltrators, I should probably look somewhere that has something familiar for me.
Thankfully, many game devs feel this way and rip off games they love too. These will usually use the prefix open, followed by the game name or some form of it, like Open Arena, the Quake 3 clone, or OpenTTD, the Transport Tycoon Deluxe clone. I mean, even when the Doom source code went public, someone made Free Doom, a game of completely open source assets and tons of WAD files full of episodes for you to play right out of the gate. One benefit is that you'll likely find games that run on way more machinery. Open source code means a lot more people can port over games you made. This puzzle collection seems to work on Windows, Mac, a fucking Palm.
I'm flying through my bucket list. Besides the one about mixed drinks.
Well, there's this page that dives deep into each genre of games. Let's see here. Oh, Jazzball.
This was always my dream. I've always wanted games that start with J, and you know, Jazzball is always going to top that list. So, let's do it. Let's see what they have to offer. Fuck this website.
Real-time strategy games. Or I could play possible real-time strategy games. There's more honest devs like Yet Another Doom Clone and Duga, which is pretty much Wolfenstein 3D. And then you got games like Nexiwiz and Xenotic, which modify their engines heavily. Like, that's Quake. There's iMaze, Potato Killer. Well, it seems like this is where I'm starting my paranoia journey. Potato Killer is a game of fending off increasing waves of potatoes in an indefinitely looping map. The, quote-unquote potatoes are killed using blows to your knife, the only weapon, and you simply yearn for the highest score.
So far, we're seeing a lot of variety with games. You got, lots of genres, Open source gaming is such a broad topic, that more and more people are getting into the revolution with these little big things up here. And of course, every genre has its mascot, and open source gaming picked a penguin.
Tux is the mascot of many open source things, and you'll see them in many games. Super Tux, Retux, Infinite Tux, Super Tux Kart, Tux Paint, Super Tux Party.
You only live once, and you know what they say. God's not gonna reincarnate you just to play Super Tux Party.
Tux? I don't know. It is less Tux and more so penguin with eyes and yellow feet. So, I get into the game, here's the cake, time to roll.
Alright, gotta press X to roll. The buttons were blending together, alright? It's not my fault. It's fine, I can say that for another time. Besides, I feel like stealing from companies again, so you know what that means.
Hedge Wars is worms but hedgehogs. As a resident not worms fan, I gotta say, neat I guess. Now at first, Scorch 3D looked like it was gonna be another worms-like game, but if you replace the W-O-R and M with a T-A-N and K respectively, it really is. It's a serviceable turn-based game where you line up your shots on enemy tanks and fire away. Pingus is a pretty fun Lemmings clone. It has a very nostalgic vibe that I wish more games captured. Got that true heart of the Lemmings gameplay, while not feeling too lacking.
That's a major issue of games. You don't want to teeter too much in between. You don't want to take away too much, but you don't want to, overdo it. to the point where you can't really handle what you're making.
Mindtest, yep, that sure is an open source version of Minecraft. Frets on Fire. Beep Saber VR. Look at it. Just read the name. Take a guess what you think this is. Stepmania is DDR but computer. Friday Night Funkin' is DDR but wow, this input detection is bad. Someone should fix that. Maybe it'll be fixed on Kate Engine, or Forever Engine, or Andromeda Engine, or Psych Engine, or Leather Engine, or Codename Engine, or FPS Plus, or Modding Plus. Tuxamon. Wow, I wonder what this could possibly resemble.
It's Kirby!
Neverball. I thought this was going to be pretty unique at first, but oopsie daisy, it's Super Monkey Ball.
That's it. I'm just gonna move to another category.
Sports games are a no-brainer. Lots of generic ones, but there's also this one called Slime Volley. Now this is what video games are. Pick balls, pick speed, pick teams, hit the ball. It's so simple, yet so fun. There's apparently a sequel for all you lore theorists. This one's for you. We can finally see how the story continues in Slime Volley 2. Spoiler alert, there's no story, just bad graphical design. There's such a weird feeling with the physics. I just can't get down. The original's is better. I'm sorry, okay? Contained within the sports genre is also racing, one with a lot more variety. It's one of the few genres where you see a lot of differentiation. You'll have ones that stay true to a lot of things that happen in real life. You'll have a lot of simulated experiences that exist in the real world, and then you'll have a lot more simpler ones. You know, ones that will not really mimic real life, but they'll feel a lot more gamey. Something that you don't really see with other genres that are tackled in this whole area. For example, you have a game like Yorg.
All my life I've been calling this part of my body a Yorg, and now you're telling me it stands for Yorg's Open Racing Game? But what is a Yorg?
Yorg's got pretty simple gameplay, 7 tracks, 8 cars, simple percentages for speed and stuff. You got selectable players, you know, very simple stuff. And there's stuff like Trigger Rally, 100 maps to choose from, really realistic gameplay, really in-depth physics engine. I mean, when you select the cars, you got like its weight, engine, wheel drive type, tons of deep info. You can watch as the cars will like rumble. You have to make sure they don't tilt over. It feels very grounded in reality. It doesn't have to look that way. It doesn't have to be immersive. I mean, I don't really want something to be immersive. If my car flipped over, I don't think I want to feel that.
I mean, imagine if it was really immersive, like it'd be rocking all around like, whoa, whoa. What the hell am I? Hey fellas, Nick here. That was stupid, wasn't it? Open source gaming, while creating a lot of good free games that people play. I mean, I respect the dedication, but it doesn't feel as immediate of a thing to have, unless you truly believe that closed source is completely evil and that it's only done for malicious reasons. Sometimes it just feels like you're going too far on something that doesn't really need it. Play whatever you want. I don't think it's that important in the grand scheme of things. I mean, overall, yeah, there are some things you should be worried with your privacy about, but games don't really feel like one of those things. And if there is someone you should be worried about, then distance yourself from that company. Don't keep on playing their games, but you have a bunch of other games from actual developers. And besides, there's tons of good reasons to close off your source code. I think maybe it's time to just let this all go. I made another hat. Facebook is a slur!